Hello. Oh my goodness, I have some juicy stuff to share with you tonight. Oh, I'm so excited. My name is Jeannie Cisco-Meth, and tonight we're going to learn something that you learned before, but we're going to go to a deeper level. Oh, I'm so excited. So Kirk Duncan taught me this back in November, but I had been teaching it for years. But in November, oh my goodness, he took it to a whole new level. So, you ready to go? You ready to learn? Go just, whoa, awesome speed? Oh, I am too. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get started. First of all, if you went to health class, you learned about Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs. Oh, I'm not even going to try to spell it. I'm sure you can look it up somewhere. Maybe you know how to spell it. I don't know, but I ain't going there. Okay? So you learned about Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs. Yes? All right, let's learn about this. Okay, so first of all, if you remember right, the bottom here is food, water, and shelter, right? Food, water, shelter, clothing. Okay, next step up, we have structure, and safety. Okay, structure and safety. This is a good review, yeah? Okay, next step up, then we have belonging, community, connectedness. Then we have accomplishment. We have accomplishment. And then all the way up here at the top, we have teach. Oh, I guess I should use a different color. Huh. Hello. Okay, up here, we have teach. Okay? So, I used to teach it in high school, just like this. But you want to know a little secret? You want to get a little bit more knowledge? Say, yeah, Jeannie, bring it on. Oh, I can hear it. Thank you so much. Food, water, and shelter, right? Okay, I need food, I need water, I need shelter. If I don't have food, water, and shelter, I can't go up to the next level. Because this is the basic needs that I've got to have, food, water, and shelter. Structure and safety, rules, guidelines. I got to be safe, okay? Next, I need to belong. I need to be a part of a group so that I can have successes and accomplishment. I'm going to write success up here too. Success and accomplishment. And then when I get good at this, I get to go teach people. That's the highest part, okay? So, when I used to teach this as a teacher, I remember my first few years going, I don't get gangs. I don't understand why so many of my students are in gangs. Let me tell you why. Gangs provide structure and safety. They also provide a sense of belonging, and they also can provide a sense of accomplishment. Now, it's in a negative way, right? I'm sure you know gangs are not the way to go. It's a negative way. Also, homes right now are falling apart, crumbling, right? Why? Because this is your foundation upon which the next level is built. I'm sure you've played those games before where you have, see how many triangles are in the triangle, right? You start counting all the triangles. The same is true here. Each one of these is the foundation to the next one. So if you don't have this, you can't go here. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to have fancy all kinds of stuff. I used to provide food for my students in a cup of noodles. That's what I would do. Structure and safety. We had rules in my classroom. And they were my family, so that they could accomplish in my classroom. I provide the same thing in my house. Food and shelter, clothing, so that my kids They also have rules. I've got rules, they've got rules, we've got structure, our pets have rules. Okay, the cat not so much because he's like, you know, he's a cat. And he's like really, really old. And when you get that age, you don't have to have as many rules. So he's like grandpa now. Okay, but we all belong. Our pets belong, our kids belong. Every night or every day, used to be our evening meal, but now my son works evenings. And so we have a meal together. We have a meal together. We come together. We talk about our successes and our accomplishments are over, right? I mean, we make mistakes. Hey, how can we help one another? How can we support one another? We belong. And by doing that, our kids are more successful. I'm so proud of my kids. They're so freaking amazing. Oh, our cat's pretty cool too, but our kids are freaking amazing. So, now, the neat thing, we're going to get to another neat thing in just a moment, but right now, I want you to think about, where are you struggling? Are you having difficulties? Maybe it's right here. Okay, maybe it's right here. Actually, but people see it show up here. They're like, but Jeannie, I want to make more money. I want to make more sales. The most thing that people come to me and say, I want to make more money, Jeannie. How do I make more money? And so a lot of mentors and coaches will immediately start in with, how many sales calls are you making? What's your close ratio? How are you greeting people? No. We do more than that. We go right here to belonging, because this is the foundation for this. So if I'm not accomplishing, if I'm not being successful where I want to be, I go down one step and I say, am I belonging? Do I feel like I belong in my own skin? Let that sink in for a moment. Have I tamed the bully between my ears so I can belong in my own skin? Because that's where it starts, and then from there, you belong to a family. You belong to a community. You belong to an organization, whatever it is. It just grows out from there. Where do you belong? Starting with yourself. The other thing, if you don't really feel like you're belonging, do you have structure and safety? Do you have rules that you've set into a place to provide safety for yourself, to provide structure for yourself? You see, because as humans, we want structure and certainty, but then we want uncertainty and flexibility. Which one do I do? But we've got to have structure and safety. Do you have rules that you go by? Do you get up at a certain time every day? Do you make sure you shower and brush your teeth and take care of yourself? That's structure and safety. If you're having some difficulty here, you got to go down one more level. Are you eating? Do you know that there are numerous eating disorders in this world right here? A lot of times we think of food and water and shelter as a homeless person needs those things. Guess what? So do you. Are you eating? Are you making sure that you're taking care of yourself? Are you giving yourself a good shelter? Now, there are varying degrees of this, absolutely. Because what happens is you have one level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and then guess what? These get stacked on one another. Right? Mind-blowing. So what happens is, today I was down in Salt Lake, and as I was coming home, there was a group of people on the side of the road, and they had set up a structure there. They had a cover, a tarp, and they had a cooler there with some food in it. They had brought in a couch, and they were sitting on their couch and they were eating some food. They had this first level down. Now my structure and my food and my water, my clothing's a little bit different. I'm not saying I'm better than them, I'm just saying it's different. But they had food, water, and shelter. I have food, water, and shelter. The next thing is, do they have structure and safety? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. When you ask yourself, Why am I not being successful? You start going down and you start uncovering which foundation has crumbled. And it's going to be very eye-opening. Now, you want to go a little bit deeper? Learn a little bit more? Oh, yeah, I love it. Let's go there. There's a part of our society that is really struggling right now. Don't worry, I'll show you. Just a minute, hang on. This is important. You gotta get this. This is important. So many people have not tamed the bully between their ears. They do not feel like they belong. This part has been ripped out of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is a really big jump. And you won't make it. You won't make it. You've got to belong. I know, I heard it. I just heard it. But Jeannie, I don't have any friends. Yeah, you do. You've got me for one, and if you don't believe that, you've got you. You've got you. You have got to tame the bully between your ears. You've got to tame the bully between your ears and start belonging in your own skin so that you can belong with someone else. That issue you're having with your spouse, that issue you're having with your kids, starts right here. Right here. Getting comfortable with who you are. The other day I was at an event and I had people stand up and we were doing our declarations and I like myself. Oh, they did good on that one. And then I said, I love myself, and ooh, there were a lot of issues. I invite you to love yourself on a deep level, like all your warts and pimples and bubbles and cellulite and jiggly jiggles, because they're you, and you're special, and you're unique, and you belong in this time and space. You're needed in this time and space. You belong. But see, what happens is people don't belong. And then they're like, why do we have rules? I don't like rules, right? We're starting to have issues with people having structure and safety. Why do you have rules, Jeannie? What does that do for us? What happens if I take out rules? Let's see, shall we? Oh, the anticipation is building. I can feel it. I can feel it. This is what happens. This is what happens. If you couldn't make the leap from structure and safety to accomplishments, you're never going to make this leap. And what happens is so often with coaches and mentors is that someone comes in and they start here. Do you have a goal? Do you have a goal? What are you going for? And the whole guts are ripped out. So if you're a teacher or you're a parent, start finding out where your people are. Because the neat thing is as long as you've got them covered, you can build. And it doesn't mean that they have to have this at your level. So many people are like, we got to help the homeless. You're right, we do need to help the homeless right where they're at. It's a hand up, not a handout. Figure out how you can give someone a hand up so that they can go from one level to the next. So that they can start stacking their resources on top of one another so that we can rebuild this. I have the privilege of meeting with Kirk Duncan again today. As I told you before, he's a mentor of mine. He recently had the opportunity to go to Guatemala. And in Guatemala, he did a service project. Oh, I may get emotional. He did a service project for the people of Guatemala. He has friends that live down there, and they invited him to come on down, and he came on down. And they said, today we're going to do a service project. He said, what is it? And he said, we're going to mentor people. We're going to help people. And man, that touched Kirk's heart. Because when you mentor people, you help people. You teach them how to fish. And what he found out was that his friends had been teaching Guatemalans how to have grow boxes. And the way the students, or the way they earned a grow box, was by attending 10 classes. They had to go to 10 classes and they had to learn all about grow boxes, how they worked, how you use them, what to do with them. And either the mother or the father had to attend every single class. And if they did, they got a grow box. This day of service was all about taking those boxes out to the people and helping them build them. Oh. As they got in the Jeep and are traveling along the country road through the village, they're looking left, they're looking right. Oh, I just got goosebumps. And they're seeing grow boxes with food in them. Food in them. And the mother and the children and the fathers out there tending those grow boxes with food in them. That's a hand up, not a handout. And then they got to where they were going to build the new ones, and the people come running out. They were so excited they got their grow box. And they knew exactly how to put it together. Now, Kirk and Kim didn't know how to speak Spanish, and the Guatemalans didn't know how to speak English. But I know what a hammer is.